said earlier that sometimes you'll see a billboard or something and you'll go, oh, I wonder whose film that is. And then you'll look and it's a HollyShorts alum and it makes you proud. Are there any great stories that you can tell us? Or do you have alums come back to you and say, you know, this festival really helped put me on the map?
Yeah, no, there's definitely a lot. I mean, it's to the point now where we were just 2 days ago driving down Sunset and looked to our right at a stoplight, see a billboard and for the show Smilf, and then Frankie Shaw's an alumni. We're like, oh, she's on the billboard and it's her. And Frankie Shaw was at our festival 3 years ago with her film, and there's one there. And then I drive down and we go further up, and then there's a little poster of this horror film that's coming out, and oh, it's Nicholas McCarthy's film, and he's another alumni. And I'm just seeing billboards and people. It's kind of wild to think that that's happening now, because that wasn't early on. It wasn't that way. Even as we established year 9, year 10, we had a lot of great alumni, but now it's like it's everywhere. It's pretty neat to see, hey, I go to a movie and I'm just looking at credits and I see the editor of this movie is this person. Oh, they're alumni from this year. They did this film. And I'm always looking to see who's doing what. That's kind of because I'm watching all the films and programming, and I always like to pay attention to every single person involved. And so Theo jokes that I'm the IMDb of HollyShorts. So I try to know what's going on. So I'm seeing it because it's part of the job. It's part of understanding who's doing what after the fact, where they're going, where their career's going, what are they up to next, who are they working with. All of that research of just watching films, just to go into a theater to watch a movie to see who's doing what, who's involved in the film, if it's their film or are they working on the film, what ties it might have to the festival. All that stuff plays into all of it. It's important to know what's going on with the business, but it's also exciting that we now have alumni doing just huge things with those TV shows, showrunners creating their own series, directing big feature films, studio films, it's commercial directing, all of this stuff. Like it's just, we've seen this kind of alumni explosion over the years. I mean, it's not just it's also 15 years, right? I mean, if someone did a film in year 3, 10 years later, it stands to reason if they're good, talented, they're young, maybe they're in their 20s now, they're in their 30s, they've established themselves, they worked their way up, they're going to be doing more things, right? Like, so as time has gone on, obviously we're older, so with the age comes experience, so those filmmakers have also grown with it. But I mean, it's just I couldn't even rattle off all the names just in different. But there's some that are obvious. There's people like Issa Rae, who's been at the festival with her web series, and we spoke about web series earlier. But obviously, her famous web series turned into a hit show now. And now she's a essentially a superstar. I mean, she's on fire. Her show's a hit. She's starring in all types of movies. She's doing everything. So she's like on fire. So we have alumni on that level where people know who they are, recognizable, and then we have people who are doing films that are maybe it's more quiet. You don't know them as much as for sort of household names, but they're doing amazing work and getting films theatrically released and or working on series and TV shows. And it's cool to see social media that way, because I'm looking on posts and I'm just seeing people post about their stuff all the time. And it's kind of like I have to keep up on who's on Facebook posting about what they're doing, what their film they're working on, what TV episode they directed. It's crazy. I mean, Dave Rodriguez directing all types of TV shows. Kat Carrose, she's directing TV shows all the time. Like they were in our alumni from the years of like 08, 09, and now they're fully established TV directors who are doing great work, who are just in the biz working. Like, it's just cool to see that shift. And they do come back. A lot of alumni submit for future films. Being short films, we obviously see filmmakers make more films. You're not going to just usually make one short and then never make a short again. So we're seeing a lot of continuous films come back. Filmmakers make more films and submit more and more work to us. So it's really cool to see a lot of alumni come back, submit their work. And some are great. Some can still get in and get accepted. Many don't. I mean, last year we had, I believe it was around 500 alumni submitted films. Pretty crazy number. So obviously that stands to reason that many cannot get in, just based on the fact that 400 were accepted. So we're not going to, so already right there, they're competing in a different set of circumstances to compete against themselves, kind of, right? Because we're not accepting all films that are all just alumni based and just that's all we're doing. That wouldn't make any sense. So it's, so there are sometimes people talk about, oh, well, if you're in the festival, you're alumni, you're just going to get in. It's not really accurate. It's not, obviously it's not possible, and it's not something we're going to do. It's not accurate. It's still about the film, about the next film, about the work. And that's really what it boils down to. Now, obviously there's relationships and we love our alumni, but it's cool to see that word of mouth's good and that many people come back to submit. That's really neat, and also making more films. But yeah, the list, it's pretty awesome. Like the list of alumni and things that they've gone on to do now. Early on, we're hoping to see who would kind of take off and that kind of thing. It was kind of like, oh wow, someone. But now it's sort of, we can't even keep up with the amount of filmmakers doing really good work or having films released or, just selling scripts or whatever the case may be. Like they're just DPing TV shows and things. It's just incredible. It's I just think of people now. I mean, Carmen Cabana is one. She's doing amazing work and working on Narcos, and she just was on our festival year 3. And now seeing her growth has been amazing. So it's something we're very proud of. We bring back alumni to do jury work and things like that, be on the jury, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, we're very pleased and very excited to see, you know, the quality of work the alumni are doing, and it also keeps telling us that, hey, the right path, the right films. We're hopefully doing the right job with who we pick, how we're curating the films, and what we see them do after the fact. It's pretty neat. I mean, yeah, this many years now with 15, we're seeing it. It's like it's never been before. Just seeing the really just the alumni popping up everywhere. That drive was pretty neat. I mean, just driving down the street and seeing different billboards and things, and people it's crazy. I mean, to think that we could just drive down the street and see posters and stuff, and we know who's involved with all these different projects. And they were from our festival. And, you know, last year, one filmmaker pulled me aside opening night. He was like, look, you know, I love your festival. I'm back this year. I'm really proud and happy, but just gotta let you know, like when I was here years ago, my first film, I screened, and this executive pulled me aside. He wanted to talk to me, hired me to do all this commercial work. I ended up doing Nike commercials and campaigns and stuff. And I worked with this production company to do commercials. And he's like, it made me a career. He's like, I've been working at this, and this is my career. He's like, still make my films for my passion. That's my work. But he's like, this gave me a career. And I'm like, I don't know what to say to that. I'm like, that's awesome. That's amazing. That's just humbling. I don't know what else can I say. I mean, that's just like, obviously cool. We're gonna be proud of that. That's really neat. So it was like, that was really cool. And obviously I didn't know that. How would I have known that if he didn't tell me? I mean, you know, it's harder to know about commercials as opposed to, hey, someone's name on a billboard or, you know, on a TV show, whatever. But that was really neat. So that's the kind of stuff we like hearing. And yeah, it's really, really awesome when that happens. And it's obviously happening more and more. So that's pretty cool.